wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Check, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Face, yeah, Moseby St, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flair, son up, baby.
Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offer the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? It's your boy Scotty, and you're watching OFFScript. Listen, this one gonna be a doozy today. I got one of the hottest offensive minds in the game on the thing. Listen, and it ain't just me. Okay, I'm not the only one that believes this. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some facts and some stuff. I'm gonna hit you with everything. All right, before I bring up DT, Coach DT. But real quick, make sure you subscribe to the membership. All right, description is the link below. My moderators we drop it in the chat. Also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that type of stuff or whatever. All right, so listen, let me break this down to you, right? So I bet listen. I know he's that guy. Okay, let's just say that he's that guy, and I'm not the only one who believes he's that guy. All right, before I bring him on, I need to give y'all some background. So here you go.
I think the most impressive player from the first half wasn't a player; it was a coach, the offensive coordinator, Duane Taylor, out of Alabama A&M. He's got Chase Garber 7 of 9 and a touchdown, and Aquil Glass 3 of 3, 28 yards and a touchdown here this afternoon. There he is.
There he is. He's been outstanding in terms of dialing up the right calls.
And now we go downstairs to our Mike Yamas with Jeff Fisher.
What about the play calling with Duane Taylor?
It's been extraordinary. I mean, he's just right in there and he's making plays. He's in the game, and yeah, I'm just leaving him alone right now.
Just leave him alone. You don't need to do nothing else. What's that old infomercial? Just set it and forget it. Hey, please give it up for the for the one and only Coach DT. Hey,
What's
going on, man? What's going on, Coach? Talk to me. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm gonna have to give me a little theme song like you got, man, when you came in. I like that.
Oh, appreciate it. You know, I got you, Coach. It's right here. This is why I'm hot. That's you. That's all you, Coach. That's all you. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
No problem. Appreciate you for taking the time out and having this interview with me. So we gonna get right into it. I know you're a busy man. I know you got some stuff to do. I see you in the lab working already. So let's get into these rapid questions. All right.
Right.
Your favorite sports movie?
Probably Remember the Titans.
Oh, classic.
Right.
Classic. Yeah. Classic. What's your favorite line? You got to have a favorite line from Remember the Titans.
Oh, man. I don't really know my favorite line. I just love the whole plot, man, of a team coming together for a common goal greater than themselves. So, you know, that's something that I really believe in. Now, you know, if you ask me what my favorite movie of all time was, it'd be Life. Now, I can tell you that whole movie.
Yeah. Oh, man. My favorite line in that Remember the Titans is kill myself for the team? For the team? Nah. I'm going to get my...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Attitude, respect, leadership. All right. Your last vacation?
I think it was Hawaii. I went to Hawaii.
That's nice.
Yeah, I love to travel, man. So I try to get out a little bit.
Okay, I like that. That's nice. The last show you binged?
What was that on Netflix? The
Ozark?
Nah. The games with the games, you know,
Squid Game.
Squid Games. Yeah. I watched the whole thing in like one night.
Man, that thing's nice. That thing crazy, but it's nice though. It's crazy, but it's nice. What is something people would never guess about you?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty quiet, man. You know, of course, when we're competing, I compete. You know, I talk a little noise there, but, you know, I kind of keep to myself. I really don't bother people. And, you know, I think I can sing in the shower, you know, something like that. You know, that people don't know that. I'm in the shower by myself, you know, so I think I sound good. Other than that, that's about it.
That's I can sing in the shower. All right, last question. Any pregame routines or rituals you have to do before you coach a game?
Oh, man, you know, I'm going to pray. You know, I'm going to pray. And then after that, I listen to my music. I freestyle. You know, I like to rap to myself. You know, I think I'm a good rapper. You know, so it might not make no sense to you, but it sounds good to me. So, you know, I'm killing them.
Oh, man, you're killing them.
Right, I'm killing them.
You're killing them, Petey. You're killing them. All right, let's go way back. All right, real quick. How were you as a kid growing up?
I listened. You know, I love to get outside and play games. And, you know, I thought I was a good kid, man. You know, I love sports. You know, sports was the one thing that I knew that as much as I loved it, it loved me back. So whatever I put into the game as a child, it gave me back when I went to the basketball court or on the football field. So I think I was pretty good, man. You know, I think my family did a great job raising me. So I'm excited about that.
That's what's up. Now, did you play any other sports other than football? I know you said basketball. What about baseball? Where you did a little soccer, you know?
Yeah. Well, I played the cheapest sports that you could play. You know, that's basketball. You know, you got your old school shoes. And you know, play football and play a little baseball. But you know, when I played baseball, I'm left-handed, and I never had my own glove. So, shout out to my teammates that couldn't get in because I was in front of them. So I used to have to catch the ball with my left hand, take the glove off, and throw it back with my left hand because I was the only person on the team left-handed most of the time when I played.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now I'm from the DMV area. Roanoke, Virginia is not technically considered the DMV. It's a little, but how was playing football in that area? I know it's some rich football down there.
Right. It was great, man. Played against some really great guys. Lee Suggs, James Hickenbottom, Jermaine Hardy, a couple guys that got the opportunity to play on the next level. I got the opportunity to play with them my whole life in Pop Warner. So it was just a great experience, man. You know, they call Roanoke the Star City. So, you know, we feel like we got a couple stars there, you know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit on this backstory I heard from the NFL Network said that your coach, first of all, they said you had an apartment at the age of 14, I believe. They said 14 or 15, you had an apartment. I don't know who giving out leases, but okay, they said you had an apartment, but they said a coach took you in and kind of brought you along during high school. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's true. I had stayed with 12 different family members before the age of 12. When I was 12 years old, you know, due to some circumstances with my family, but that just meant I had a lot of different people that loved me a lot. So that's how I take it. At 12 years old, I had my own apartment. So in 7th and 8th grade, I lived by myself, again, due to some things with family. But I had my own apartment then. So it forced me to mature, grow up, learn how to cook, take care of yourself, and do those things. So I had an opportunity to go to North Carolina over the summer of my 8th grade year to visit my aunt and my cousin. They had moved down. And during the course of that time, I met a man named Tony McKee. And I would go to football practice with my cousin. He was a senior. And Coach McKee would have us at practice. And he took a liking to me, and he took me under his wing. And he went and talked to my aunt about me possibly moving to North Carolina with him. And my aunt had already prayed on it. And she was like, look, you know, we're going to get him down here no matter what. So my head coach was very influential in me coming to North Carolina. So it was like a partnership between him and my aunt of getting me down there and just get me in a better situation. So, you know, I owe a lot of credit to that man and to my aunt Ava Calloway for getting me out of the situation I was in.
Dang, that's tough. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Right. Well, I want to say one thing before we go on that. It was kind of tough, but when I look back on it, it wasn't tough. You know, like I said, God was leading my steps. You know, when I was 23 years old, I was an ISS teacher in Decatur, Georgia. And I had a young man named Dustin. And I always tell people this story because it was very impactful for me. When I was 23, I feel like I had made it through a lot. I was feeling proud, you know, beating my chest. So after school one day, you know, I was telling the kids my story, where I came from, because I wanted them to know that they could make it too. Well, after school one day, the young man Dustin came to me and said, Coach, man, I couldn't have lived through what you went through. And I was feeling good. Like, yeah, you know, a lot of people couldn't. And I asked him, I said, man, well, just tell me what you've been through. He's like, Coach, I haven't been through too much. Both my parents died when I was 10 years old, got killed. And I ran away and been staying with my grandmother ever since. And I sit back in my chair like, you know, excuse my language, but dang. He felt sorry for me. And he could never see his parents again. And in that moment, I learned a valuable lesson. You know, not only can you learn from younger people, but we all have a story.
Yeah.
Everybody has trials and tribulations that they go through. It's just a matter of how you look at it. His outlook on his life was that he had never been through nothing. So it really transformed my outlook to understand that, hey, you know, everybody around me has a story. We just have to change our view of how that story is.
That's dope, Coach. That's tough. That's tough. I couldn't even imagine. But it goes back to what you're talking about on the sense of just people's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like him hearing where you coming from and going through what he's gone through, how he didn't see that was on the same level, even compared to what you have been through. And it's all about people's perspectives on how they look at it. That's amazing.
Right.
This next section, Coach, is going to be called Who Is, right? So from from players, or I'm going to ask you a specific coach, all right? So who is? What coach would you do Survivor with?
Oh man, somebody I know or somebody I've seen on TV?
No. Like who you're with right now in A&M right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, it would have to be Coach Maynor.
Why?
Man, the dude is crafty, man. He figures things out. Is pretty much not too many things he could do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know whatever he can't do, I got his back. So you know, and plus, you know, we on Survivor. He probably sneak a couple peanuts or something on there. You know, he gonna win some way. He gonna win it. So I'm gonna roll with my man. He a winner.
Oh man, who is the most competitive out of all the coaches?
That's tough, man. I gotta go with me. My mother used to tell me I was a sore loser, and I said, "Good. You show me somebody who like losing, I'll show you a loser." So. Yeah, I'm a sore loser. I hate to lose. I just hate it, you know. And right behind that, I would say Coach Maynor again. Like he does not like to lose. So, but it's going to be me for sure.
Listen, so I knew. So me and Key was talking. I said, I know he gonna say it's him. I said, I know it. I said, I'm gonna play a video for him just to prove to him I know it was him. So here we go.
You know what it is? Listen, he said I was a winner at birth. Okay, I'm my mama's firstborn child. I've been a winner. All right, that's what I do. I always say, don't get it done. Thank you. That's it. Hey, listen, you like to do it in warm-up pregame.
Hey, so let me give y'all some backstory on this, right? So I went down there and they do a quarterback competition on the Fridays before a game. And they let me come in and watch it, and I got to videotape some of it. And Coach and Zay were on the same team. They have this quarterback competition. It's man, listen, just to explain it will blow your mind. All the points, and it's crazy. So he ends up winning it, and he has this belt. Like they have this big, like WWE belt, and that he's walking around the whole practice with, talking about. I mean, he shows up late. I mean,
hey, listen. Don't come outside to the game pack. You know, ain't enough people there yet. I gotta go back in. You know, the main attraction ain't the first one out.
Oh man, that was a good time. That was great environment. Oh man, who is always late for everything? This is for a player on the team. Who is always late for everything?
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. All my guys were pretty good. All the guys were pretty good. You know, as far as late for the bus or anything like that, everybody was on time, and we got a really good bunch of kids, man.
That's good.
If anybody's coming in late, you know, I get there, you know, it's 11:59. We're supposed to be on the bus at 12. You know, I'm not late. I just want to make sure everybody on the bus before me, you know, trying to protect those guys.
That's what's up. All right. What coach would be your wingman? So if you was going on a date, she had a friend, you like, yo, you got to come with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just to hold it down for me. What coach would you bring for your wingman?
Oh, my coach is married, man. We don't do stuff like that. You know, most of those guys married. If they wasn't married, that's a different thing, you know. But
hypothetically.
Look, see, you about to get me in trouble. They wives might be watching this show and say, so coach will take you hypothetically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, what y'all been doing when y'all go out of town? I can't do my boys like that, man.
Okay. All right. Okay. If you were taking an ex player that you coached, because they're older now, so an ex player.
Right.
Oh man.
If I was taking an ex player, it'd be a young man named Tevin Brantley.
Now
he's from New York, so he got that New York swag when he came down to the South. You know, he, like you said, you can tell by the way I walk, I ain't from around here. You know, that was his mindset. So he's just a different type of kid, but really, really good person, man. Really, really funny and down to earth. So that'll be who I take.
All right, last question. I need you to keep an open mind on this one. All right, keep an open mind. If you had a daughter, what player would you allow her to date?
Woo!
I need you, it got to be somebody respectable in the team. If you had a daughter, what player would you allow her to date?
Right now, it'll probably be one of my freshman players. You know, they ain't got that bulldog in them yet.
Oh my gosh!
I can't get nobody with. Listen. I can't put nobody got no dog in them with my daughter. Now I need somebody who a puppy dog. You know, they gonna make sure she's home on time. See, Brian Jenkins Jr. He gonna try to keep her out a little later than she's supposed to be. I ain't messing with you. So I gotta get somebody, one of them young pups. You know, they're gonna bring her home on time. You know, I ain't gotta stand out there out front waiting on them.
No, you didn't call Juice out like that. That's too.
You see, that's what's wrong with him. He got too many nicknames. You know, be careful of them guys who got them nicknames.
Oh man! So now, okay. So a freshman.
Yeah, it had to be one of my freshmen, man. You know,
oh my goodness!
Get a young pup, someone who I can control a little bit.
Oh my goodness, that's wild. That's funny. All right, let's get to it. Right? Why Fayetteville State out of high school?
Well, Fayetteville State offered me the opportunity to play quarterback. You know, I went on a visit to Wake Forest, and they talking about playing defense, and I knew that I wasn't coming down and hitting no fullback in the mouth. I wasn't doing that. You know, so yeah, so it just wasn't in me. You know, I was smarter than that.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Winston-Salem State. At the time, they had Torrey Woodbury. He was going to be a senior. This was going to be my freshman year, and at that time, Winston-Salem State signed a lot of my friends, and they were the king of the crops. And you know, they told me, unfortunately, I was too small to play quarterback. And you know, I cried a little bit, and I told Coach Blunt, if I ever get a chance to play against you, I'm gonna beat you. And I went to Fayetteville State, and my junior and senior year, we beat them boys and won the championship. So Fayetteville State gave me an opportunity to live out my dream. Coach Kenny Phillips gave me an opportunity to be a smaller quarterback, which I already knew in my heart. That's what I was. And ultimately, I made the great decision. You know, I made the best decision I ever could.
Now, you know, a lot of coaches don't really talk about their accolades, but you did the damn thing at Fayetteville State. You left holding 25 school records. Are some of those still standing to this day, or what's up?
Yeah, well, to this day, currently, I'm still the second leading passer, first in touchdown passes. I'm the only two-time champion. I'm proud to say that. So still got a couple things. Some of the things I don't know. You know, I don't really keep up with it as much as I used to. But I did some good things, man. I'm very excited about my playing days when I played at Fayetteville State.
That's what's up. Now, how was going from Fayetteville State? How was your experience in the indoor football league? You know, talk to us a little bit about that and your experience there.
Oh, it was great. I loved it. You know, it was basketball but football. You know, you're throwing the ball every play. The crowd is right there, and you know, of course, you know, I talk a little noise. You know, I think I'm a comedian sometimes. So my teammates used to call me the heckler. You know, I used to get on people, get on the other team, because as a quarterback, I knew I could get on you. But then I tell the ref, "Hey, ref, watch 59. Now he's gonna hit me late." You know, so before you hit me later, I done already told the ref, man, I done set you up. You didn't know I was setting you up. You know, I had to control your mind if I can control your body. So
that's funny.
But Arena League was fun, man. It was fun. Got to travel, still got to play the game. And then, you know, I get to tell people I played pro ball. You know, I got paid. So it wasn't millions, but, you know, $10, $20, $30, whatever it was, I got paid for it.
That's what's up. Now, who or what made you get into coaching?
Simple. Tony McKee and Connell Maynor. You know, along the line, I had some great coaches, but Coach McKee, when I was playing arena ball, he was moving to Atlanta to take the job in Atlanta, and he was like, "I need some coaches," and that was the first time that he ever needed me. I'd always needed him. So he got me down in Atlanta teaching ISS. And then he was like, okay, now that you're here, we're going to get you back into grad school. I was like, Coach, I don't want to go to school. I got back into grad school. As soon as I did that, 6 months later, he passed. Bam. So, that's like my first guardian angel. Well, from that point, me and Coach Maynor had a tremendous relationship. I would talk to him all the time. So, 2 years pass. I'm going through grad school. Coach Maynor gets the job at Winston-Salem State. He calls me. He's excited. I'm excited for him. And he was like, "Well, DT, I need some young coaches. I need a coach with a master's degree." And I was like, "Coach, I just finished my master's degree 3 weeks ago, Coach." And he's like, "For real?" I was like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "What you want to do?" And it's like Coach McKee passed my life off to Coach Maynor, and Coach Maynor has not let me down ever since then. So those two guys, man, made me really get into coaching and made me become the person I am today.
I ain't even gonna lie, like that really kind of. I got a little choked up. I can't even front. Like I ain't even gonna lie to you. I had a frog. I was like, "Oh God, I gotta."
Who are you crazy, boy?
I was like, "Oh Lord, no." But that's where for him to set you up, like Coach McKee to set you up, thinking bigger along the lines of what you needed to get to where he wants you to go or where he felt you could go. Right. That's truly a blessing. And I think a lot of young people don't understand that. A lot of older people are just telling you things either that they missed the boat on, that they know that you need to get further, or I've gone down this path and hey, listen to what I'm telling you. When you got to go here, this is what you need. And that's how Coach McKee was. And that's instrumental for real. So it's a perfect segue. 2011, 2013. You guys are so freaking dominant. What is it? 13-1, 14-1. You go to Division II championship, first time ever done by HBCU school. What made you all so dominant?
Well, it's the first time since FAM did it in 1983, I believe. But what made us dominant is that the players trusted the coaches, coaches trusted the players, and the coaches trusted each other. We would get into those staff meetings, man. We'd be knocked down, drag out. We'd be getting into it. But when we walked out of that staff meeting, everything was a common goal. We had some really good kids. We competed, but we didn't play for the reasons that other people played. We didn't play to win the CIAA championship. We knew we was going to win that. We played for the national championship. We played to set a different standard. We played to show everybody in the world that we can play. A lot of times people consider HBCU as the Chitlin circuit of football. Well, if that's all you got and that's all we had, you got to make the best of it. And I think we did that. I always tell people, if you want to see the best that Black college has to offer, watch the SEC championship. Without HBCUs, those guys are not going to the SEC. And the SEC wouldn't be the SEC it is today without brown and yellow players. So we were just dominant, man. We competed every day, had a good system. We led by a great head coach. And then our defensive coordinator, Perez Bulware, had those guys flying around excited. So our hardest game was at practice. And we knew that. So we practiced hard and the game was so easy.
Man, that's tough. So man, I was looking at this. I was looking at the record. I was like, man, these Bama's was not playing out here. They was out here running the table. All right. So next question is, how instrumental was Connell Maynor in your growth as an OC? Because he was your quarterback coach at Fayetteville. Then you go with him to Winston-Salem. You go back to him at Hampton. Out of all the places that you stopped along the way, how has him being in right beside you helped you grow as an OC and a coach?
It's meant everything. Like I said, he was like my second guardian angel. He taught me how to call a game. He was the first one to allow me to call practice. Like, he's grooming me. The same thing that you said about Coach McKee, I can say about him. He's been grooming me for years to be a head coach, to be a leader, to be the guy that I am. And everything I've learned from him. When we first started coaching, he would invite me in his office and we would go over scripts. Okay, DT, this is what I'm thinking this week. So from there, now me and him would start coming together, and I would do my own script, and I would try to have a script similar to his because I wanted to think like him. Like, man, this dude's scoring 40 points a game, man. I need to get on his wavelength. So, we started doing that, and this was probably right around 2013. Like, DT, I'm gonna make you the OC one day, and I was like, man, whatever. Coach super competitive, like. And once we got to Hampton, probably 17, he was like, okay, DT, you ready? And one thing about me, guys, is that I fight to prove people right. I'm not worried about proving people wrong. So the people who believe in me, I'm gonna prove you right. So if you believe in me, you take a chance on me, I'm gonna prove you right. The people who don't believe in you, trying to prove them wrong, you'll never prove them wrong. You know, like I think Michael Jordan the greatest player of all time. So it's nothing LeBron could do to switch my mindset. So he can't prove me right or wrong. But the people who love you the most, and Coach Maynor loves me, I want to prove him right that he made a good decision. So that's what I want to do every day. You know, as long as I'm here, as long as I'm working for him, when I'm not working for him, no matter where I go, I want to let people know, hey, Coach Maynor made the right decision by choosing me as his OC.
That's dope. I got a question from Coach Harp, who's on that staff with you. He said, OFFScript, ask him about the Shepherd game.
A lot of things happened in that Shepherd game, man. You know, we didn't put them in position to win the football game. We dropped the touchdown pass that we had ran this play all week. And, you know, I'm telling the quarterback, you know, wide receiver to catch the ball, put his nose on the football. He like, Coach, I'm going to catch it in the game. Win the game, we threw a ball and hit him on the back shoulder pad, never put his hands up, and we didn't score. And Shepherd beat us 7-0. It was the number 1 defense versus the number 2 defense. And my job is to outscore the other team, and we wasn't able to do that day.
That's tough. That's tough. All right, so let's fast forward. Let's go. We're going ahead. 2021 Spring Champs. How was that ride, and how did you keep the guys mentally prepared with all the uncertainty? I think that was when I look back on that season, you guys going to play. You're not going to play.
Right.
You're not going to play. You know what I'm saying? Game here, game. How did you keep everybody? Because when you guys stepped on the field, it looked like you had no rust, no issues, and you guys were just ready to play.
Well, we had that guy. You know, we had Mr. Glass back there, and he kept everybody locked in and ready to go. One thing we said about that is, you know, guys are used to redshirt. Guys are used to practicing for weeks and not playing. It was tougher on the coaches than it was on the players. You know, coaches don't redshirt. You know, so you don't practice. You don't normally practice and then not coaching the game. So, but the guys were locked in. And Quill did a great job. You know, along with Jenkins and all those other guys, Xavier Moore. They had those guys locked in, and they were ready to go every week. And we had something to prove. We knew we had a championship team. We had Marcus Cushioning on the defense side, you know, Hugh Kelly. And those guys were ready to win a championship. It was our time. You know, it didn't matter. If we played 10 games that spring, we'd have won all 10. It's not our fault that other people opted out, but we learned a lot during that time. We had to make sure that our number 2 and our number 3 guy was ready. So in practice, the 2s and 3s would get a lot more reps than they had in the past. So it was a learning experience. But we were ready for what came our way. And, you know, whenever you got a quarterback, you got a chance. And our quarterback proved to be the best guy in the league.
All right. Coming into the fall season, 2021, high expectations. You don't go back to the championship game, right? So then you know what we got to talk about.
Right.
62-15. What happened, and do you guys still have the scooter?
Yes, we still have the scooter, man. I ride it to work sometimes. It keeps me grounded, you know.
Oh, man.
The game kind of got away from us. You know, those guys, they were ready to play for their head coach. You know, we had talked a little noise, and it was good banter, good healthy banter between both teams. And you know, we turned the ball over on the first drive. James Houston picked it up and ran about 70, 80 yards. We were driving down the field on them. They can't say that they wasn't a little nervous at that time. And then they scored right there. And after that, we scored on 11-play drive and made it 20-7. If we get a stop right there, maybe a different ball game, but they were good enough, and their quarterback played great that day. And along with the rest of the team, they scored on their next drive. So it constantly kept pressure on us. We were unable to be balanced that day, and they took it to us, man. You know, they had the gun. You know, we trying to get the gun back this year. So that's the thing. That's the key.
All right. So in the 2021, I want people to understand, in 2021, you guys are the only team to have 5 games over 500 yards. when I see some, and I've had my baller awards and stuff like that. When I see some of these stats, they look like Madden on rookie numbers. Like, it's really ridiculous because you'll have a 120-yard rusher, you have Abdul for 120 yards, D have 2 touchdowns and 100 yards, or Zay, or be Zay's day where he has 100 yards. Two-part question, Coach. One, how do you keep it so balanced that everybody gets a chance at having a big day? And if you're an offensive player, why would you not want to come to Alabama A&M?
Let's start with the second part. I'm confused myself. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play here. But as far as the first part, man, we always tell our guys, there's no such thing as a guru. People always talk about these offensive gurus. No, an offensive guru plays to his guy's strengths and the other team's weaknesses. Our strength, we had a great quarterback. We had some really good receivers. And we had a every down back in Gary Coles and an O-line that wanted to work hard. So my job was just to make them buy into each other. In the wide receiver room, everybody's supposed to believe they're a dog. That's true. But what you got to make them understand is that if we only got one dog, we got none. But if they got a double team D Anderson, okay, that means you got to play one-on-one with OJ and Abdul. Okay, you don't want that. Okay, if you got a double OJ, then you got to play one-on-one with D Anderson, Zay, and Abdul and Jenkins. You don't want that either. So it was just one of those things. Those guys bought into what we were selling, and every Saturday they believed in themselves. One thing about Coach Maynor, and people don't know him or me, I tell him I'm the best coach out here. I've never doubted that. I know I'm the best coach in the country because I coach the best kids in the country. All right, my players are going to make me look good because I'm going to make them look good. We buying into each other. We feed each other. So it's not that I'm cocky. I'm confident in what I teach my guys. I'm confident that my guys are going to go out there and play to the best of their ability. So, yes, we consider ourselves really, really good coaches because we got really, really good players who play hard. So they just made it happen, man. They just made it happen. Shoot, I didn't have anything to do with it. And those guys out there making plays.
Listen, I wanted people to put some respect on this man's name. These are all the receivers that he has put over 1,000 yards. And this is just, you have, and we're not even talking about running backs. Okay, so there's running backs in here as well. But him as a wide receiver coach, he had 2012. He had Massey, another 2012. He had 2 receivers that went over 1,000 yards in 2012 and Winston-Salem. You already know about Abdul. You know about Zay. You have D. Anderson this year with over 10 tubs. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Like, the stats speak for themselves, people. If you want, listen, if you want a high-powered offense and you want to play for a high-powered offense, it seems like you go to Alabama A&M. I'm just no bias. I'm just saying. All right. What did you and Coach Mai see in Aquill, and what did that process look like? Because he's a 5-year plan, and I think people don't understand that. That's a 5-year plan that went into, building Aquill to where he is now. So what did you guys see in him, and what made you think like, hey, we can get there with him?
He had all the tools. He could throw the ball around, but he's very soft-spoken. And sometimes being too humble is not a good thing. So we had to light a little fire underneath him. Okay, Q, that was a good throw, but a better throw would have been here. And that was a good decision, but a great decision would have if you'd have did this. And, because he was so humble, but he wanted to be great, he would take those things in consideration. A great coach has to, one, challenge a great player and then protect the great player from himself. Because players think they're invincible. So we just had to challenge him, put him in positions where sometimes he failed in practice, but he succeeded because he learned. So we knew that the talent was there. We knew that everything was there, but the confidence, the oomph that when I walk out here on Saturday, the game don't start till I walk out there. And once he got that mindset, you could see the transition from year 2 to year 3 and year 4. And every year we coached a little bit less. So year 1, it was our car. We had the Bentley. All right. Year 2, we let them borrow it. Year 3, hey man, it's yours. I'm not gonna say nothing to nobody on the team. I'm gonna let you say it. So once he did that, and built that confidence that we believed in him, the sky was the limit for him.
Now, this is the part I want to get, because there's a divorce. It's a pending divorce happening, right? So with the Q being a 5-year project, how do you temper fans' expectations on the new quarterback and still expect results from the new guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not we're in a rebuild year, because that's not what you guys are in.
Right.
How do you still keep those championship aspirations without having everybody looking at the new guy as he needs to be a quill?
Well, when your offense changes, when your quarterback changes, your offense changes. You know, you can change your old tackle, keep the same offense. But when you change your quarterback, your offense changes. So with change, we have to be willing to change. So everything we were successful at the last 3 years, we may not be as good at next year, because our quarterback's going to be different. So I have to know that. I have to learn him, study him, and I have to make, we tell our quarterbacks every day, there's going to be some pressure. Who wants to replace Tom Brady? Who wants to replace Drew Brees? Who wants to replace these guys? But like I told my guys the other day, do you want to be Tyson Hill or you want to be Steve Young? All right, you got to make that understanding. Tyson Hill is a great player, but he didn't replace Drew Brees in a way where he was going to win a championship. Well, Steve Young came right after Joe Montana. And he's a Hall of Famer. So which guy do you want to be? And you have to put the work in, because we go out here and we score 17 points a game. Yeah, people are going to be looking at me like, man, that Coach Taylor, man, offense fell off. But they also going to say, well, we know what he can do when he got this type of quarterback. Well, I don't want them to say that. I want them to say, hey, man, they got better without a quill. And the quill knows that as well, because the object of this thing is to keep getting better. We want a quill to get drafted. And now more scouts are going to come and check our guys out and get another guy drafted. Iron sharpens iron. So there's no pressure on those guys. The pressure is on the coaching staff to adjust to what those guys do well. And I think we're doing that.
Awesome. Man, listen. We know y'all been banging this man. Y'all been banging this transfer portal out like a drum. You in Jackson State. How has the transfer portal changed the game for HBCU football?
Well, it's been good and bad. Everybody like changes. The change affects them. We played Jackson in the spring, scored 53 points on them. Came back in the fall. Yeah, he had a whole new team out there. He had some monsters out there, man. So, okay, we got to keep up with the Joneses. So we had to go out there and hit the transfer portal hard as well. And it's really helped us in a way of bringing in a lot of mature guys who know what it takes to win championships. But it's hurt your high school base.
Ooh.
Now those guys are not getting recruited as they used to be. And some of the high school coaches are upset, but you got to understand is this, and I would be remiss if I didn't say this. I love Deion Sanders. You can't be a man of a certain age that don't like prime time. But he's my adversary now. I want to beat his head in like he want to beat ours in. He didn't feel sorry when he put up 61 points. He kept scoring. So we got to keep up with that. So if he's going to the high school and you're giving him a 4-star guy, 5-star guy, well, I'm not coming to the high school anymore looking for a project anymore. I want a 4 or 5-star guy too, because that's the only way that I can compete with him. I was just telling somebody the other day, like, I love Barack Obama. And a lot of people did when he was the president. And Barack liked basketball. If you were playing a pickup basketball game with Barack for fun, you'll let him shoot the ball. You let him score, lay it up, you just smiling. But if they say, okay, Barack, the loser of this game lose his job, then you're going to D Barack you're going to D Barack up when you say that. I'm going to strap him up, foul him and everything. Excuse me, I didn't mean, too much passion right there.
You good.
Right, I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is that, my career on the line now. I can't beat these teams, Hugh Jackson and Coach Sanders and Coach Robinson down there at State with guys that are projects. I got to beat them with the type of guys they're recruiting as well. So it's hurt a lot of high school kids. It's helped the league. It's helped the notoriety of the league. But our true recruiting base it's going to suffer a little bit. But, you know, that's part of the game.
That's tough. All right, so moving on. What was your initial reaction getting the call from Jess Fisher saying you're going to be on the staff for the NFLPA Bowl?
Oh, man, I was super excited, man. The first thing I did was I just prayed. You know, I thought, you know, I thank my mom, who's, you know, she's passed away, my grandmother and my coach. You know, I always pray, and I talk to them a little bit when I pray. But I just prayed, and then I said, this is your opportunity to show the world what you already knew about yourself. Mm-hmm. This is an opportunity to prove Coach Maynor right for believing in you, Coach Phillips, all your people that believed in you, all the people that bought you food along the way and gave you rides when you was walking. It's an opportunity to prove them right, and it's an opportunity to prove Jeff Fisher right for taking a chance on me. You know, this is an opportunity for next year to set up for another HBCU might get the chance to coach in this game and show that they could coach on that level. Because ultimately, we all want to be great. We all want to be respected, and we all put the work in. So, you know, I thought it was no pressure, but I knew that if I put on a good showing, you know, now the OC at Alabama State might get an opportunity, or Coach Dooley's OC, or Coach Willie Simmons' OC. They get opportunities to coach in these games and show that offensively, we can think, we can make adjustments, we can do the things that these other guys are doing. So, you know, it was just an honor, man. You know, it was just an honor.
Yeah, man, listen, I think watching that game, Coach DT, like I feel like it was a family affair, because everybody, I had a watch party. Everybody in the chat was like, yo, Coach DT is killing. I don't care what school they was from. I don't care who they was. You know, everybody had their individual players and everybody from different schools, but everybody was so supportive of you. And I mean, you called it a heck of a game. I mean, you called a heck of a game. We're not gonna get to the nitty gritty of what happened. We're not gonna talk. Because at the end of the day, it just, you know, it's for fun, but it's for scouts and stuff like that. But it was an excellent game. What was your goal while at the bowl, and what did you take away from your experience?
Well, my goal was to make connections, to show people that I can coach. I do know the game. I can relate to people of all colors and backgrounds. And you know, what I did take away from the game is these guys are human. You know, like I'm in there, like I said, I'm eating with Rod Woodson, you know, talking to Jackie Slater. I'm listening to great players have debates that we have at home, but they played against the guy. You know, so who's the best between Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders, you know, boom, boom. So it was just great to be a fly on the wall in those conversations. But honestly, I took it as a 7-day interview. I had to show what I had. You know, again, I wanted to prove Coach Maynor right for allowing me to go, first off. And then second off, you know, just showing that we can get it done on this level. And I thought we did a good showing. I thought all my quarterbacks played well, you know, and we put ourselves in position to win at the end. We just fell a little short. So the next guy who coaches in the game, you know, he can stand on my shoulders and go even further than I went. So I was excited.
That's what's up. Now, how special was it for you and your quarterback to be there? Now, this is the thing for me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When you got to the red zone, I already knew what you was gonna call. Listen, I watched you guys play enough that you was gonna call a slant for a kill, because that's him and Abdul do that all the time. Him and Hilaire do it all the time. It's a staple in what you guys call. I was like, oh, here come the slant. Here it comes. But how comfortable, you know, so were there things that you took from A&M's playbook that Akil could relay to the players that he's like, hey, this is what he means? Or did that, like, you know, were those things transpiring while you guys were there? Or was it like, you know, a very, very skeleton style and you just like, yo, because, you know, he knew it, you know what I'm saying? But What about everybody else?
Well, absolutely. Akil was, you know, he was my assistant coach. Of course, you know, we took a couple concepts that we do here. But again, it was difficult for Akil initially because now we're in the huddle and we don't play in the huddle here. So he would get the signal here versus now he got to tell everybody what they had to do. So it was a learning transition for him. And I just wanted to make sure that I put not only him, but all those quarterbacks in the light to make it to the league. Like, nobody plays this game not to make it. So it was a lot. It was a great feeling to see him play so well. And like I told him, I wasn't proud of him. I wasn't. You did exactly what I expected you to do. You know, I wasn't proud of you. You know, I've been seeing this for 4 or 5 years. Now you put yourself in a different stratosphere. Now you got to keep doing it. You know, I knew what he could do. So I was just excited for the young man. He's worked his tail off to get that opportunity, and you know, to be a part of it, to see it actually unfold, and I was there to help along, assist in the way, was just a great moment in my life.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this, because I felt the hardest thing, and I think the one thing I took from the game was how, as an offensive coordinator, how do you put, knowing every quarterback skill set over those 7 days, how do you figure out what to call for each of them? Because you knew what Akil was. You already knew his strength and his weaknesses. But the other two guys that you hadn't, you know, I think it was the Gerber kid and the Zaire kid. Am I correct?
Yeah, Cooper. Yeah.
Cooper. So you have both of those guys. How do you find what do you do when you're scouting them? They're like, okay, they can do this, they can't do that. Okay, let me make them feel comfortable. Because if I'm being honest, everybody looked very comfortable in what you called for them. So that was just one thing I wanted to kind of touch base on.
Well, I appreciate it, but you know, we always tell our guys here at A&M, you're going to be evaluated on everything you do. So when they're warming up, you're watching everything they're doing. You know what type of person they are, what type of leadership they have, who can catch, who can throw. So you try to put them in a situation like that. Then, as we continue to grow in the playbook, well, what are you comfortable with? What do you see? What do you like? Okay, so I try to put them in a situation where they're comfortable, where they can succeed. You know, I'm not going to run quarterback run play with a quill, you know, knowing that that's not what he does, you know. But I'm going to put them in a situation where they can shine. Again, this wasn't about me. It was about them showing scouts that they can play and get to the next level. So I just wanted them to be comfortable. So I would ask them what they liked in different situations. I played quarterback myself. So I understand it's a different view when you're on the sideline versus when you're actually on the field and that 3 technique or that defense end is bearing down on you. So just wanted to make sure they were comfortable, man. Make sure they understood the assignment. Make sure they, you know, I put them in good positions, you know, to be successful. You know, throw the ball a little early. Don't wait till the later downs to throw the ball where everybody know you're throwing it. You know, get them some comfort throws early. Do a couple different things and just make sure they were going to be in position where after they left this game, those scouts could say, hey, man, let me take another evaluation on this kid. These kids can play. So I feel really good about that.
All right, somebody from the comments, and I think everybody in the comments who watched the bowl, that kid from Nicholls State, man, if you could just talk to him a little, man, that kid is different. Yeah, so if you can see, like, what did you see in practice? You know, he really came and showed up and showed out. But what were some of the key things in talent evaluation that you was like, this kid's different?
Well, I called him Superman. You know, when I first met him, he had on some glasses. He's real quiet, you know. But when we got out there on the field, he consistently made plays. So I was like, okay, you Superman. You know, you took your glasses off there, you was ready to shine. He just worked hard, man. You know, we only had 3 wide receivers. So that means he was going to play almost every snap. So he just busted his tail, made sure he was in shape before he came. He had the right attitude. He would go to his room and study. What a lot of people don't know, we only met with those guys once a day. The rest of the day, they had other meetings. They was like a real getting them ready for the NFL. So if you didn't study on your own, you was going to be behind. So those guys really studied, worked their tails off, and during the course of the week, he just showed that he was going to be a guy. So we were excited about that.
That's what's up. All right, a couple more questions, Cole. I'm going to let you go. All right. Do you think you're ready to be a head coach?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right. I've been trained by one of the best. And when that moment comes, I'll be prepared.
And what is your coaching style? And, you know, or, you know, is it a blend of different things?
It's a blend. This is one of my favorite quotes. Jack of all trades, a master of none. Everybody knows that first part, but they don't know the most important part of that quote. You know, Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. That's the most important part of that quote. Yeah, I don't have one style, because you can't coach every kid the same way. Some kids need a hug. Some kids need a little tougher love. Some kids need to, you play the video game with them, or they may learn by reps. Some people learn on the board. So your coaching style can't be just one way. You have to master multiple trades. If I said I was player friendly, don't mean I'm soft. That don't mean they're gonna get away with stuff. But if I said I was a disciplinarian, don't mean that I don't joke or I don't have fun with them. So, jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So that's who I want to be as a coach.
All right, last question. We're gonna get to this or that. What advice would you give to an up-and-coming coaches looking to get to D1?
The advice I would give them is, like I tell everybody, stay connected to the people who you know. Your first job, it ain't what you know, it's who you know gonna get you the job. Mm-hmm. What you know gonna keep you the job. Don't be afraid to shake hands at the convention. Sometimes they don't want to shake your hand because they're looking at your shirt. But the shirt doesn't define the man. You're just wearing the shirt that day. Get a master's degree. Okay, get a master's degree because my path took me through the D2 ranks, and without my master's degree, I wouldn't be talking to you today. So that would be my advice. The people who used you and started their careers off you as a player, okay, you make sure you stay connected to them, so you can use them to start your coaching career. And I think that's very important.
That's real. All right, last section, coach, called this or that. I'm gonna give you 2 topics, and we're gonna go from there. All right, text or call?
Text.
City or country?
City.
All right. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Pass or run?
RPO.
I like that. Celebration Bowl or FCS championship?
Both. Coming after both of them this year.
I like that. I know you're from the North Carolina area. Panthers or Falcons? I know you probably ain't neither one, but just throw that in there.
Washington football team.
Man, if you don't go somewhere, I'm about to end this. Y'all the commanders now.
I'm not a commander.
That's what they said.
I got a, like when the Charlotte Hornets moved, they changed their name. So I got 3 years to decide if I want to be a commander or not. Like they on lease right now. They keep playing like they playing. Who won the Super Bowl? The Bengals.
Yeah.
Whoever win the Super Bowl, that's gonna be
that's gonna be your new squad.
I might have to roll with them.
Man, all right. Zaxby's or God's Chicken?
Hey man, you can't go against the Lord, man.
Oh man, iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Hey man, coach, thank you for the interview. This is your time for shout outs. But when you do your shout outs afterwards, before I let you go, any crazy stories between you and Coach Maynor? I know y'all been together for a long time. All right. So just give us one crazy story and then you can do your shout outs and we're gonna be out of here.
All right, one crazy story. I got a lot, but Coach Maynor and I, we were at Winston State and we were playing knockout. Shoot the free throw and got to make the shot, make a 3 and all that stuff. So as we expected, it came down to us 2 at the end. So I missed my shot and the ball went back to half court. And Coach Maynor was laughing, so he about to go lay it up. I took the ball from half court, threw it, and hit his ball like a pass. Boom. Knocked it off the backboard. It went out of bounds. I came back and hit a 3, hit the layup. I won the game, won the pizza. He was upset. You cheated. I ain't cheat. I was just pinpoint accurate, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was. So, yeah, that was a good story, man. That's my dude, though. That's my guy.
Oh, man. Thanks so much, Coach DT. Hey, listen, listen, when you walk out to the field, just let them know.
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot.
Just go ahead and do that. Any shout outs is on you, Coach DT.
Well, I would like to shout you out, man, for even having me on. It's a tremendous honor. Like I told you, you're going to be the Paul Feinbaum of this thing. Keep rolling. Keep doing what you're doing. Coach Maynor and my Alabama A&M staff and my family, they keep doing what they're doing. The Outlaws, of course, we're going to be ready. We're going to be back in full force next year. And, just my family and friends in the Alabama A&M Nation, that continue to support us. They show up at every game, and we love those people. They invited us in their homes, took us in as family when we first put foot on campus. They believed in Coach Maynor's plan. They believed in his vision, and they supported us in day one. So I really want to thank everybody from Alabama A&M, and let's keep this thing rolling. Go Bulldog.
What's signing day looking like? What's signing day looking
like? You see, I'm still in the office right now. We're excited about tomorrow. We got some really good guys coming in tomorrow. But our philosophy is to recruit every day. So the day after signing day, we get right back to it. We got to keep up with the Joneses. Our new rival is Jackson State. When we first came in here, our rival was Alcorn. The school's natural rival was Alabama State. Well, our rival is Jackson. We want who the champion is. If your rival is 3 and 4, then you're gonna be 4 and 5. Right. So if Jackson is the king, they the king, we want the king. So I think that's important for people to understand that.
All right, Coach. Listen, I'm gonna let you get back to work. I know it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. Hey, once again, I appreciate you taking time for this interview and keep killing them, Coach.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
You too, man. Peace. Hey, man, that is Coach DT, one of the hottest guys in the SWAC. You already know what it is, and you know what I tell him? I tell him this.
This is why I'm hot. Hey. This is why I'm hot.
Hey, this is why I'm hot. All right, this is why I'm hot. This is why it's hot over here in this script world, baby. Come on, man. Nobody do it like me, man. Nobody does it like me except my boy Blue. My boy Blue, he be coming up with interviews. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Blue, but listen, Blue be putting on interviews like he Lil Wayne on mixtapes. Boy, I'm telling you, every time I turn on, I'm like, damn, we got 2 more people on. He got 2 more people on. Damn, we got 2 more people on. All right, so shout out. Make sure y'all can subscribe to Blue Bloods, man. Shout out to him, man. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Also, tomorrow, starting at 11 Central, 10 a.m. 11 Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, me and my boy Blue, all day signing day. All right, we gonna keep you locked in to National Signing Day. All right, me, Blue, National Signing Day coverage. All right. Light police is behind me. Thank you.
I would hate to delay you and Blue's if people don't like the stream.
Like the stream, people.
So before you guys leave, like the stream. And tomorrow, I would hate to be you guys' only viewer or members only viewership.
Oh man, that would be tough
to
make it
tough,
a.
wouldn't it?
That'd be tough making members only.
So if you don't want that to happen, go ahead and like the stream. And good night, everybody.
All right, like the stream, please, guys. Before you're on your way out, like the stream, guys, please. Like the stream, all right? So listen, National Signing Day coverage tomorrow, 11 Central, 10 a.m. Me and your boy Blue is on all day, all right? We gonna have it locked out. We gonna dual stream it, all right? We gonna dual stream it. That means you can watch it on his channel or you can watch it on my channel, all right? That's how we get down on here. That's my brother from another mother, all right? He just a what's it, a dark skin cracker? That's on or a light skin cracker. That's what they say on national. No, what did they say on Remember the Titans? When the guy sat down, huh? He's a dark skin cracker. All right, he's just a dark skin cracker. You know what I'm saying? He said something like that. Anyway, anyway, you get my point. All right, so listen, tune in tomorrow. All right, tune in. I think BJ's doing his own thing. If you listen, BJ is always welcome. Okay. BJ is always welcome. That's my guy. All right, 100%, 100 grand. He's always welcome, but I think he's doing his own thing. So check out for him to do something with Dr. Cavill. I think they're doing something tomorrow as well. So check those guys out as well. All right. So shout out to Miss Glenn for the gear, for the drip. You see the hat, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Aquil, 4G, 4AG, you know what I'm saying? You see it. Shout out to the Rocket Mortgage Hornets. All right, shout out to all you guys. All right, so tomorrow be sure to check in. Live day coverage, all day coverage. You already know how to do. And tomorrow also, I won't do it tomorrow. I'll probably do it Thursday. Thursday, I'll do the Southern schedule review. All right, Thursday, I'll do the review for Southern schedule review. All right. So listen, until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'ma holla. God bless.